YouTube, iTunes, and Spotify listeners. Welcome back to the episode here in the Catch a Glimpse podcast. All three members of the Glimpse gang are here.
We're
Skeeter,
here.
Snapperdoodle, and Funny Priest all on the mics today. How are we doing this week, guys?
Yo, I'm feeling a little under the weather, but we pushed through.
Oh, geez, man. Well, what's going on? What are we feeling today?
Got some sinus issues in my head right now.
Sure.
Feeling tired, but I know I'm not tired. So
Have you gotten a COVID test recently, sir?
My mom has, so if she has it, she'll probably contract it to me. So,
And that's the thing, too, about like the nowadays Omicron variant.
yeah,
Very subtle.
not good.
Side effects for most people, like if you're vaccinated. I don't know, but it's kind of, I think it differs from person to person. My mom has COVID right now.
Oh,
She's quarantined.
bless her soul.
I tested negative. Oh, she's doing great today. She feels like $1 million. But a couple more days on her quarantine, and then we'll be good to go. We'll be golden. Keaton, how we feeling? How's the health? How's the back? How we doing?
Feeling good. Chilling. I heard for like sinus stuff,
Yeah.
if you take something hot, I don't know what, maybe just hot food or something,
Sounds like
but
a
you
trick.
put it to the top the roof of your mouth, then it's supposed to like clear it all up. So maybe try that out, Ryan. I don't know.
You know what he needs? He needs to try a neti pot.
Oh,
Flush it out with all that water. That's a video I want to see.
No, that sounds so gross.
It works.
For those that don't
It
know what a
works,
neti
though.
pot is, it's like you stick this thing in your nose, right? And then it drains out the other nostril.
Yeah,
Oh.
you
Yeah,
shoot
and
the
you put
water
it in
up.
one nostril and it all comes out the other side.
Oh, no, that sounds so gross.
Come on, give it a try, Ryan.
No, never. That's disgusting.
Well, hey guys, the date today is
Episode 31?
January, episode 31. Are we sure it's episode 32?
31? 32? Dude, it's
think
been
31.
it's been so long.
Oh boy, we don't even know what episode it is.
So many
dude.
episodes.
So many weeks, they all come divergent to one. But yeah, either way, it is January 16th. It in the middle, first weekend of the NFL playoffs. We got the wild card
Ooh.
weekend.
Yeah.
Right now, the Bills and Patriots are playing as we were recording this the night before this comes out. The Bengals beat the Raiders in a very close game.
Do we have to play 3 games like per team to like make it to the actual Super Bowl?
Yes, we have to play everybody in the playoffs before we can make it to the Super Bowl.
Well, no, I mean like if let's say the Packers played their first playoff game, they
Right,
have
we
to
have to
win
play every
3
team.
games. We have to play
Right, we have-
every team?
We have to play every team.
Oh, that's dumb.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Ryan, I'm totally lying.
Oh, what are you doing? Stop! I can't right now.
We have to play 2 games to get to the Super Bowl, and then play 1 more, which would be the Super Bowl
guy.
to win it all.
This guy is like,
And we don't even know who we're going to be playing. Hey, you let me do it.
Yeah.
Will you?
You're messing with me on my weakest point.
I don't know what you're talking about.
But yeah, I mean,
yeah.
do we even know who's playing tomorrow?
Tomorrow we've got the Cardinals and Cowboys, 49ers and Cowboys, and then Cardinals and Rams, Buccaneers and Eagles, and then I think on
Cardinals
Monday
and
night?
Rams is Monday.
Okay, that's Monday night. Then Monday night.
Yeah.
I'm not sure which game is or what day the Steelers and Chiefs game is. That also tomorrow?
I think tomorrow, yeah.
Well, hey, we got a stacked playoffs roster of teams. Games have been highly contested so far. Right now, the Bills are blowing out the Patriots, though. So
Yeah.
Which I'm happy
Yeah.
for.
Why are you happy about that? What?
Because I just don't like the Patriots.
Well,
So-
come on, man. Give him a break.
And then the Raiders and Bengals game earlier today. I don't really care who wins that one, but I'm happy that I don't care who won. I would have bet money on the Bengals though, so I would have been right with that prediction.
I told myself the Bengals are going all the way after I watched that game today. They got what it takes, I think.
Right.
I don't know actually. Like,
We'll see.
yeah,
It's hard
this
to say.
playoff spread is very interesting. I think.
We've got a ton of teams that could go all the way. I think the AFC is heating up. Like during the season, a lot of the records were all pretty similar. Not a lot of teams were kind of blowing each other out, or one team had a way better record than the other. I think they're all pretty tight in record like standings. Other than that, like the NFC had a ton of top tier teams like the Packers, Buccaneers, Cowboys, all those teams to like finish I think 13-4, much better than anyone else on the AFC side. So I don't know. I feel like some of the NFC teams who did finish that record are going to crumble in the playoffs. We could be one of them, but I think, this has got to be our year with one possibly last season with Aaron Rodgers. I was thinking about it today. I was still thinking last year, man. That was the one. I was like, I need to rewatch that game so I can feel so sad and motivated to win it this year. So everyone else on our team should also be watching that game,
right?
And how that game ended and how that game could have been won, because we should have won last year. Today or this year's about redemption, and I don't want to hear anything else. I don't want to see anything else but us holding up the trophy in February. Okay, get hyped.
I got 2 points for that. So one is, okay, I'm throwing it out there. Like, I feel it in me that like this is the Super Bowl for us.
Yep.
I hope so.
And that's not like that's not gonna jinx us or anything, because I said the same thing for the Bucks. Like when the Bucks were on the playoff stretch, I was like I felt that this is the time. So I think that's the exact same for the Packers. Because if you look at the playoff spread, like at least any team that we're facing, that like we have to face because we're facing lowest seed, I think, knock on wood, that should be a wrap. And so for the other side of the story, I think the Bills are going to be the team that we face
in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I think Bills are going to go all the way. And I think us versus the Bills is going to be entertaining, but I think we do win it. I think, though, we only win it by 3.
Close Super Bowl.
Yeah.
You're already calling our Super Bowl shot.
Oh, yeah. I think so.
Oh,
dang.
Man.
So, and then if you guys want to put out yours, otherwise, I think a good topic to talk about, again, is Aaron Rodgers. And I know a lot recently they've said, or he's said, Matt LaFleur has even went out and said stuff in interviews, but just like their relations is so much stronger than it was at the beginning of the year.
Right.
So I could see, even if, let's say we lose, I don't think we will. If we lose, I could see Aaron Rodgers coming back for another year. Or maybe he's just at the point in his career where, maybe he wants to retire. I don't know. We'll have to see how it goes. The one last thing I want to point out is...
Don't leave us, Aaron, please.
Last thing I want to point out is with the Bucks championship, I just remember there's a lot of things in the news of like, people kind of dissing them. Like people were, I forget that dude's name, but they were like dissing Milwaukee and stuff like that. But then you also had a
sports reporter.
Yeah, I don't remember
Colin
that guy.
Coward. Because
like,
I hate him and I think
Frankie's
he
like,
bashes
I
on
remember
Wisconsin
this guy.
sports all the time. I'm not sure if it's him, but I don't like
I don't
him.
remember what network even. But
Okay.
You want his address?
but there was stuff like that. But there was stuff like that happening. But then you had other people like really praising the Bucks, like that aren't even Milwaukee fans. And I think it's kind of the same with like the Packers stretch this year. Not that Packers are highly loved because a lot of people hate us.
Right.
But in terms of like, you have Aaron Rodgers who breaks some records this season, and you have Brett Favre say like, get us another Super Bowl. Like it's kind of like those little puzzle pieces that are kind of correlating similarly from the Bucks to the Packers stretch. That's why I think this is like the stretch right now.
Yep.
I'm really hoping, and like you said, Aaron Rodgers did break those records, and gosh, man, it just feels like it has to happen. And on the topic of
There's
Aaron
no
Rodgers,
other choice.
yeah, right. But one cool thing I want to talk about: we finished the season 13-4.
Yeah.
And under each season of Matt LaFleur, the Packers have lost 4 games.
3 consecutive years of winning 13 plus games.
Exactly, and we've always lost 4 games,
Whew.
and we've won the rest. So we've already lost
That's a
our
good rap
4
sheet.
games. That means I guess we're gonna win the rest of them. Knock on wood. I don't know. We'll see. But that's a little fun thing to think about.
That's a good rap sheet, honestly.
And on the topic
Yeah.
of the next week's playoff game with the Packers, it is rumored that there will be negative 40-degree wind chill and snow at Lambeau next week, which is exactly what we would need. I don't think it's going to be that bad, but as long as it's cold and it's snowy, I think we got a good shot.
Well, and today, again, Bills are playing Patriots at, right now during that game, it's like, I think 6 degrees.
Yeah, it's not.
And like the real feel of is like negative 10, I think, which is just like insane. And they popped up a little graphic showing like the coldest, games and stuff. And I had the ice bowl on there and things like that. And it's just like, yeah, but that's what we live in. So next week, give it up.
And it doesn't matter for the Super Bowl though, because it's being played, I think, in Arizona or it's in LA. Not sure, but it's going to be a warm weather climate, if not inside. So it doesn't matter for the cold for this Super Bowl. But if we could just have that weather throughout our games at Lambeau. The thing is, we only have to win 2 games to get to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
That was how it was last year too. And I really thought we were going to get there. And I've dissected the game last year, the NFC Championship game, how many times we could have won that game.
Was that game the one that we recorded for a TikTok?
Yes, that was that game. In that video, it looks like I have a mullet, but I was just wearing 2 baseball caps. One was forward and one was backward.
Frankie's standing on a table screaming, "That's what I like to see!"
And Keaton we were so superstitious that game. And Keaton was outside laying on the floor instead of watching the game.
He goes, "I'm a bad luck charm. I'm leaving the room."
Yeah. Hey, not sure if you guys want to do this playoff watch party sometime.
Ooh.
If we make it to the NFC Championship game again, do we watch it together? If we make it to the Super Bowl, do we watch it together? We have last year we had 2 footballs, right? I had 2 footballs. We cycled through. We had a defense ball, superstitious offense ball, and it was just our good luck charms. I have 3 now.
Yeah.
That means we could all have a ball.
But the thing is, you're going to be like, "Okay, Ryan, give me that one. It's not working."
I get so superstitious with these games. But anyway, Aaron Rodgers, what's happening after this year? Is he going to retire? Is he going to go somewhere else, or is he staying with the team?
I think it's only he retires or plays another season with us.
I agree.
I don't think he goes.
I
Just
agree.
for the pure fact that this season has gone so well, and he has literally said my relations with the head office is better. I think there's no shot he's just gonna be like, yeah, but I'll leave. It doesn't make sense. And for him maybe only playing okay, let's say because he said he might retire soon. So if he plays maybe 2, 3, 4 years max, he's not going to want to hit up another team and try and rebuild something in 4 years. That's not going to happen.
He's been on mic'd up, and he's kind of said a couple times I'm back for the relationships with the people I have here and the people who know me and the people that I love that are on this team. And it's that's why, again, I don't think he's going to go somewhere else. And that's why he would retire. If they win the Super Bowl this year, I think that is the greatest chance he'll have to retire in the near future. Because then you're going out on a high note. You won the Super Bowl again. You've broken all the records you really could as a Packer player. One of the greatest quarterbacks of all time, one of the most talented of all time.
Yeah.
It just kind of makes sense. And he's also talked about how he's content with retiring and how many people might be leaving the Packers next year and how little money we're going to have. It's just, it could line up to be the perfect ending for him. So I don't know.
No, please.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to see. And I just think it's crazy that let's say we win the Super Bowl and Aaron Rodgers retires, then we're gonna have to see what our quarterback situation is at that time.
Right.
Because Jordan Love, maybe that's the play, maybe it's not. It's gonna be weird to think that because that's what the Packers are, is like that QB position being that like MVP role.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's gonna be weird to see who that next person is.
Yeah,
Not that I want to see that soon. I would hope that Aaron Rodgers, stays a little bit longer, but it's gonna be weird to see.
and we've seen that, like, we saw Jordan Love a bit against the Lions, and I thought he did a good job until, like, the 2-minute drill, when I just felt like he was very careless in where he's throwing the ball. Granted, his first pick was a tipped pass. The second one was just an overthrow that just didn't look like he cared at all about where he was throwing that ball. Obviously, he does care, but he's just got to be more careful. I think we're so used to Aaron Rodgers not turning it over.
Yeah.
And he's clear MVP. At least, like, obviously Tom Brady has the numbers, but Rodgers has, like, the story. As an MVP, you're supposed to do something special. And throughout the year, he had a banged up team. He was missing players, had a banged up offensive line the entire season, doing all these crazy things. Like, I think he's got the story, and he should win MVP.
And a broken toe.
And a broken freaking toe.
Yeah.
That'll do it. Keaton, as far as I know, the Milwaukee Bucks had a big dub recently.
Okay.
Here we go. Break it down for me.
Yeah, I gotta paint a picture here. So, this is like straight off from New Year. So, Christmas game, we go against the Celtics.
Yeah.
Beat the Celtics. Celtics, of course, obviously a good team.
Garbage.
We go against the Magic back to back. What?
Nothing. Go ahead.
Okay. we go against the Magic back to back. A lot of people off of health and safety protocols from that point. We beat the Magic, so it's like, okay, we're chilling. Then it was just a weird patch. It's like teams that aren't necessarily bad but aren't necessarily the best. We're kind of fluking on. The Pistons sucked. That game we should not have lost, but we did. So that's like definitely one big outlier.
We lost to a Minecraft block. Can't believe it.
That's unbelievable.
Go ahead.
But then we faced the Nets, and we beat the Nets. I think I want to say that was maybe like 15 or so points. So it's like Nets really solid team, and we beat them. Then we face. Oh gosh.
Oh, he's blanking. Paint the picture. There's no such thing as
team?
mistakes, only silly accidents.
Come on, Bobby.
Then we faced the Hornets 2 times in a row. Okay? Hornets, again, not a bad team, not the greatest team, middle ground, and yet we lose to the Hornets. It was 2 games out there. We lose twice in a row. Both games within, like, a couple 3-pointers. So it's just sad when you lose games like that, because it's like those are easy games to fill up our wins. And so then we faced Golden State Warriors. And granted, then after the Hornets, we had more people back from health and safety protocols. But then we faced the Warriors, who are, again, obviously very good team. And at one point, we almost lead that was at halftime. We almost lead by 40 points. So it's like, clearly, we are very talented. We have very talented
We're the
roster.
best team in the NBA. Let's be real.
At times, like, again, facing like the Nets, the Lakers, Celtics, Golden State Warriors, we're dominating. So it's like, why are we facing teams like Hornets or Pistons, which again is an outlier, but let's say Hornets, like Toronto Raptors today, we just lost, I think, by like, again, couple 3-pointers. That's it. So it's like, why is this happening? And when I'm watching the games, it to me falls down to like, okay, against the Hornets, we did a lot of zone coverage. I don't agree with that. Especially against the Hornets, a lot of those guys are young, and it's just they play very spry, like they're very everywhere. And so you would think, well, okay, well then zone covers, that's good. You can get 2 guys on the single dude very quick if you want. Like if you want them on LaMelo, then there you go. But I don't think it works so much just because they're so young and they're really fast and they got a lot of energy. And I don't know if necessarily like we're playing the specific teams correct, because again, when we're facing someone like the Nets, Lakers, Celtics, GSW, like they're more traditional teams, if that kind of makes sense. So I see our tactics working, but it's kind of weird against like these, like, like side teams, not like the most highlighted. It's almost like we lack the information. So I don't really know where that falls on terms of, the Bucks. Like, of course, the players can only do so much. So is it somewhere along the coaching line? I don't know. But I would hope to see, and we've done a lot of roster changes. Like we already talked about last time, DeMarcus Cousins. We just re-signed.
Moving away.
Yeah, and we just we extended Wesley Matthews' contract to the end of the season, so I think that's good. But then, yeah, it's like we've had a couple hardship deals. I literally have to pull this guy's name up because
Bring back PJ Tucker.
I don't know.
You know what? You said that we lost to the Raptors, right?
Yeah.
And you watched that game?
Today.
Correct? Yeah. And the game that you didn't watch, we won by 40.
Yeah.
Correct?
And that's what's scaring me.
Ryan, this guy is truthfully the bad luck charm.
But see, that's the thing. I watched the Celtics game, right?
Okay.
We win.
Okay.
So I don't know if maybe I just shouldn't watch the games against
Here's what it is.
not high-end teams.
Yeah, you can't watch the games so Golden State Warriors are a high-end team, correct?
Well, yeah, okay, but I didn't watch that game, but we almost
right.
But
so
we
that's
led
why
by
you
so
shouldn't
much.
watch the big games, like when we played.
But I watched the
Celtics
Celtics
championship game, and you watched that one, and then look what happened.
I don't know where that lies anymore. But for signings, yeah, okay. So Lindell Wigington, we just signed him.
That is a wild
That's a
name.
Sick last
Yeah,
name.
and if I didn't read that on the screen, I would have butchered it.
Like,
so like we're definitely
unique names though. Like, look at that guy. I'm proud. Proud of that mama right
Let's go,
there.
Wig.
So we're definitely doing roster change-ups, which is, I mean, it's nice to see. But again, like you just look at our roster and what roster we had to win a championship last year. It's not like we necessarily need more. So that's why it almost leads me to believe it's more coaching side. But again, like,
what do you got against Bud, bro? What do you got against
That's
Bud?
what I'm saying. Like, but Bud clearly has proven that he's good. So
Yeah.
I almost just think it's a weird patch that we're in. I hope, of course, we get out of it. The only like thing I want to see for sure is because Brook Lopez is out. He had back surgery.
Is he ever going to come back?
They did say that he's projected to come back well before playoffs.
Okay.
So he will be back, and he'll have like a decent amount of time to get warmed up to actually play games. So that's the only roster change up I really want to see, and that's why DeMarcus Cousins was what I thought was such a good pick, was because he's a dude that can really get up in there, and he's a bigger guy. And so now they don't have Brook Lopez, and we waived him. It's like, what's that slot? So I want to see that signing happen in the near future because I feel like that's what we need. Because when I look at and watch these games, like especially against the Hornets, it's a lot of like dunks or like fadeaway shots, 2-pointers that we're almost missing those more than 3-pointers. And so to me, that position needs to be filled. Now, this is totally like out there. And I just saw this, but Dwight Howard, if you know who that is,
I do.
There was some, like, oh, where's Dwight Howard going to go? And one of the spots mentioned was not, I don't think directly from him, but that was like teased was the Bucks.
Ooh.
So, I mean,
him over.
I wouldn't mind.
Bring him over.
So we'll have to see, but
Crouton.
yeah.
That was a wonderful picture you just painted us. That was about a 10-minute picture. Proud of you. Let's go. Let's. I think sports in Wisconsin are looking up, though. Hopefully things stay that way. Let's move on to some gaming talk. I have a huge thing we need to talk about, but Ryan, I want to head over to you. You talked to me a little bit before the podcast. The big game you just said there's footage came out to see.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that. We jumped in this game recently.
So recently we started playing and finished in. You didn't finish. I finished recently. The Forest. But sometime in 2022, I believe, The Forest 2 is going to be dropping soon.
Yo, that's crazy that's this year, man.
And yeah,
sometime in 2022. I can't wait for that year.
I'm just
so
saying
far
because
away.
they don't give us a month, so it's got to be this year at some point. But I think like 5 days ago, some gameplay got released, and it's looking a lot more scary than.
So, is it like
now.
the same concept? Are we still landing on an island and there's cannibals, or what?
As much as I know, I've got no clue.
So we're just leaving it out there and let's just get scared when it comes out.
Right. I'm trying to not look into it as much as possible, so it's all brand new to me when I see it.
Well, hey, guys, one of our favorite games is Call of Duty. Let's talk about Call of Duty and esports. Brand new team
There's a new
was
team.
Unveiled.
Let's go.
Ryan, this might be your new favorite team. It might be your new favorite team. Real quick, I'm going to leave you some suspense.
Yes.
Imagine. I'm going to leave some suspense here. Some suspense. The Dallas Optic beat FaZe in a practice match, 250 to 70 on hard points.
Geez.
Optic is looking good for the upcoming season. But the announcement you've all been waiting for.
Uh-oh.
The new team in the CDL, I believe the 12th team in the CDL, introducing Boston Breach.
Whoa. They sound kind of scary.
So the Boston Breach. So now it's like the term breach and clear. So or like they've entered the breach, as in the gateway and things of a castle.
For sure.
So the Boston, New York is where, or is it is it Boston, Massachusetts? It's Boston, Massachusetts for sure. Please don't kill me in the comments.
I don't know.
I know my states and my cities, please. But the roster includes 2 veterans and then 2 new young kids. We've got Methods, who was formerly on Toronto Ultra, TJ Halley, which is formerly on Optic and formerly on 100 Thieves last season.
Yo, their colors are kind of cool.
And the 2 young guys, we have Nero and Capsidal as the 2 new youngsters. But that is the 12th team. I know we talked about it earlier this year on the podcast, like who we thought was going to be like the next team because Empire was leaving. But the Boston Breach has replaced that team. And it looks like they are... What are the colors, Ryan?
It's a black and lime green.
Ooh, well, that's kind of like optic-y.
Yeah, but it's more neon green than lime, I guess.
Yeah. It's
Xbox.
It's different. Yeah, exactly. Like an Xbox screen.
Yeah. They won't be good. I don't think they'll be good. But they're new.
Yeah, who owns it? Do we know?
I really don't know. I'm watching their Twitter video right now. They're just all signing their contracts. And they have all got a mask with like an X by the eye. I don't know what that means.
Their logo
the logo that I see is an X on a B.
Yeah.
Just for
breach,
put the X
Boston
on and that's where you put the explosive. It's definitely a cool name.
I think it is. I'm just imagining what Green Bay Glimpse would look like, and I don't know why it's not a thing yet.
They've got their own Wikipedia page.
Bro.
But I'm just thinking,
It is a Boston Breach is an American professional Call of Duty League esports team based in Boston, Massachusetts, and it's owned by Kraft Sports Group and Oxygen Esports.
So wait, Kraft with a K?
No idea.
Kraft with a K.
Okay, so this is the owner of the Patriots, the Kraft family, like Kraft mac and cheese.
Oh my!
I'm assuming they have an esports division now, and they've owned it. Now they're owning an esports team. I have no respect for Mr. Kraft because he is a sexual harasser.
Oh, jeez.
But anyway,
Well, and
rest
also
the
that's
rest of his
just like
family might be fine, but
that's also just like mega lame as is. It being
yeah,
not that
that's if it's owned by them.
well, yeah, but let's say it is, but it's not lame that like, oh, I don't want a sports organization to branch off into esports. It's more so they're not in the scene. Like we had all the
Mhm.
talk of like Dr. Disrespect might own an esports team. And
Right,
that would be
right.
like that would be pretty legit. Or
Mhm.
whatever current esport organization that wants to dip their toes into the COD League. Something like that is way cooler than, hey, yeah, I'm the Patriots owner and
Right,
I think I could
right,
make money in gaming. Let's make a
right.
let's make
I
a
mean,
team.
obviously, I don't think he has hands-on control. I think it's
Yeah, yeah,
completely
yeah.
subdivision. But now that we know that's a new team in the CDL standings, I'm going to go through, name off all the teams, all the rosters. We're going to go through and pick who we think is going to be on top of the league this season. Have Atlanta FaZe, same roster, Varsity, Selim, Abizi, and Simp. Boston Breach, Method, CJ Halley, Nero, and Capsidal. We've got the Florida Mutineers, Skies, Awakening, Vivid, Davpadi, and Yeez. I've never heard those last two guys. I know Vivid, obviously, in Awakening and Skies. And then we've got the London Royal Ravens, Afro, Zero, Gizmo, and Nasty. A lot of new guys on these teams I'm recognizing. LA Gorillas, we got Slasher, Gunless, Asim, and Hook. LA Thieves, Draza, Kenny, Octane, and Envoy. Minnesota Rocker, Priesta, Major Maniac, Attach, and Standy, same roster. New York Subliners, Clayster, Hydra, Crimsix, and Neptune. God, that's a scary team. Optic, Dashy, Scump, Shotzi, Illy, and then Jordan General is a sub. Paris Legion, we've got Decimate, Temp, Fellow, and John. Seattle Surge, we got Accuracy, Mac, Pred, and Sib. Toronto Ultra is Insight, Cammy, Bance, Kleenex, same roster. And those are our teams. If it's me, guys, I think our top three teams are probably going to be Optic, Subliners, and FaZe. I don't think FaZe is going to be in the top three. I think it's going to be 100 Thieves. I think FaZe drops this game.
This is I just listen like hearing all of that. That's very tough. There's a lot of
There's a lot
solid
of
teams
stacked
out.
teams because you go like
Yeah.
Ultra, Optic, FaZe. I think Gorillas are going to be great with Gunless
I
and
was just gonna
Slasher
say.
as your ARs. Then Hook and who was the other guy?
I was gonna say
What team?
Gorillas. I think is gonna be a sleeper pick. For
What'd you say,
sure.
Ryan?
What team are you wanting to know the person for?
LA Gorillas. Asim. Asim is also was a great sub
Asim,
for
Hook,
NYSL.
Slasher, Gunless, and Spart.
Right. I think they're a great sleeper team to
Yeah.
bet on. I agree with you, Keaton. But you've
Yeah,
got
I think-
them, Thieves. Like, there's going to be a lot of good competition this year. No lie.
Yeah, for sure.
I've been watching a lot of TikTok recently, and I'm seeing a lot of clips of Dashy and Scumps. I think I'm going to go full Optic this year.
They look sharp too.
Well, yeah, I'm always Optic. I would say, yeah, Optic is definitely gonna be up there. I would go Gorillas as sleeper pick, and okay, so like top three would be Optic, Thieves, and then I'd go Subliners,
Yeah.
and then sleeper pick Gorillas. I think.
You got to think Thieves are going to be like up top this year. The only I think rough spot of their roster is Draza because you never know how he's going to play. He can go with the best of the best, but he can also kind of have some downsides. That's why he wasn't on a team to start last year. So we'll see. Obviously, some great competition. I'm really excited for the season to start.
I would never. I would never want to play any of these guys just in a freaking public match.
No, I know. Like these are stacked teams. I can't wait.
Can you imagine just running into a team of like just casually playing?
We're playing GBs and like run into Optic.
Like, no, thank you. All right, you can have the win. My bad.
Forfeit. We're out of here.
I see Boston Breach starting off 3-0, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're going to get some hype behind them.
And then just suck the rest of the year.
They suck.
I agree so much. I don't think they're going to be a good
absolutely
team.
Bomb.
Like, it'll be a bluff, and then the rest of the year they're not good. Mm-hmm. But Optic, you have to think it's going to be a bounce back year with the roster they've got. And not even winning a major last year, they're looking to be good this year. They have to.
But see, like they didn't win a major, but they still okay. Again, like this year is gonna be similar to last year on how I'm gonna say it probably every week. God is day to day,
It
right?
is.
And it's literally gonna be because of how good these teams are. Of course, it's gonna be a challenge to win a major, and so even if they don't, they can still be a super solid team to hopefully make it all the way. And even last year they faced again the good teams and won. Like you just
Right.
said, like in that scrim against FaZe, they did really good on hardpoint. And granted, hardpoint is usually their dominant category. So hopefully the S&D really gets fixed up. But I think they go all the way. Sure.
Well, hey, we've got a lot of sports, esports talk out of the way. Ryan, is there anything in your head that's been conglomerating over the last 35 minutes that you can tell us?
I've had a couple new things in my life. I've started collecting.
You're a dad.
I'm a dad. No, I've started collecting Mario plushies.
Dads.
No.
No, I'm sorry.
Mario's dad.
But I wanted to talk about if you guys had any like sort of hobby like collecting items that maybe
Ryan,
you'd like
somebody
to speak of.
just asked me this, and I
I know
couldn't
what Frankie's
answer.
is.
You
I
know
know
what
what
mine
yours
is?
is.
What is
Yeah,
it?
I would think so.
Let's hear
Wouldn't
it.
it be Pez dispensers?
It was for like a little bit. My Pez phase went really fast.
Oh.
I'm not gonna lie.
Did you saw that thing I sent you though, right? About the Pez's and you put like the refill cartridge in the bottom and it just unwraps
Yes,
it.
yes.
Yep.
I was like, that. There's no way that is real. But I
That's
have to
yeah.
try that because I still have like a half bag of like a pound of Pez from Amazon that I ordered last year. That was my Pez phase. But Ryan, you said you're collecting like those Yoshis and everything.
Yeah, so if you're on YouTube, I can show them off here. I got a gray and a purple one, and I got a green and a pink one, and they all just sit on my desk and they're just watching me
Wow.
play games and stuff.
And I hear that this might be the new theme of your YouTube channel, perhaps.
Yeah, I'm thinking of
Okay.
making the whole shebang, just Yoshi's, Yoshi Island, stuff like that. 'Cause-
Snapper Yoshi.
No, they're gonna stay
Yoshi Snapper Doodle.
We'll keep the name the same, but
Can you have
Yo, snap.
Can you have like
Sheesh.
can you have a channel like mascot Yoshi Doodle?
The thing is,
That's
I don't,
just
on.
a doodle of Yoshi.
Yeah,
If-
exactly.
if-
Yoshi Doodle.
the channel were to grow at some point, I wouldn't want to get in a lawsuit with Nintendo.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Well, it could be the body of a Yoshi and just your face.
Exactly.
There you go.
can't sue you for
Exactly.
that
There
one.
you go. But things I collect, I don't have an answer because I've stopped collecting things. I feel like, and I feel like such a loser for that.
I mean, bless you. Did you hear that?
I did. Yo, shout out Ryan's mom.
But I mean, you started recently reading books, and you're getting a bunch of books.
Well, that was months ago. I got a bunch of books. I have been reading, so maybe books could count. But gosh, other than that, I really don't know. Keaton, do you collect anything?
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Other than
Pop
like
Funkos.
what you, yeah, but that's more so my sister than me. Maybe in like everyone did like Pokemon cards and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, I still
But
got mine.
like recently, I don't know. I would maybe go like my hats, just because I have a variety of hats, but I don't
Right.
necessarily like collect them. But I think that's probably like my only collection. But yeah,
Ryan, didn't you give your Pokemon cards to Noah J?
I did.
So you don't have them anymore.
I have the best of what I gave him.
Okay.
So I mean, I have all the good ones that I wanted, and then I gave
Yeah.
him the rest of them.
Yeah. Okay.
There is a YouTube video somewhere on his Noah J Pokemon channel that has my cards.
No, yeah,
in
you
it.
showed me it. I watched that. He freaked out for some of them too.
Oh yeah, gave him a good card, good few cards.
Before we end today, Keaton Walla, where are the Warzone videos?
Oh man.
You've been called out on the podcast. There's no running from this.
Oh no.
Dude, it's if you could open up time capsule and just give me a little bit of your time, I'll do them. But
Hey, the world is begging for those, by the way.
maybe one night, like I plan out, don't do anything, and I just cram them out.
Tonight.
Just make like 3.
Tonight.
Yeah, I don't know if that's gonna happen.
But hey, also before we end, we have some cool looking things on the way. Some new graphics, some new logos. Keaton Wall has been hard at work designing and redesigning and revamping. And I couldn't be more excited for what the future looks like.
I keep looking over at, because I still have the tab pulled up for Boston Breach. Like, ours looks way cooler than that. I'm just saying.
Ours can look so cool right there, and then have our name and everything.
That's just
now this is a new logo.
X with a B.
Yeah,
ours is like sick.
This is the new logo that nobody knows about. Keaton's still working on those. When can we expect those, Keaton?
Well, actually, the other day I tweaked with like the final, or the one that I had made, and I wanted to mess with it a smidge more. So that I would think is like set in stone. Of course, I'd have to show it to you guys, and we have to finalize it. But then I think that's pretty much the go for I'm making all like the transitions and stuff. So I would think soon. So
cool. So yeah, like we said, we've got a new logo on the way, and that'll transfer into making new graphics and transition clips, new channel art, new art for the podcast. And then I know there's a separate logo that's going to be really easy to make. It's just kind of taking one thing and then adding another thing.
And
but
I think with this knowledge, if people are putting the pieces together, that could mean the end of season 1 here. With new graphics needing to be made, new things and items. It could be the end of season 1 here coming to an end. Could be very, very soon.
But hey, I had one more thing about the channel art, or new logos, clothing. Might not be out to the public right away, but we're gonna be designing some stuff for ourselves.
We'll definitely wear it.
That you might want to get for the future sometime, but that's just one little thing. We'll just drop you stir the pot, whatever. But yeah.
I'll add little stick of butter in there too.
Here we go.
I would think that, and this is something we gotta talk about. I think the clothing could be so sick to a degree that like it could almost be separate entities in some form. But we'll see. We have to talk about that.
So we'll chat after this podcast, and we'll relay the information to you in a timely manner. But anything else for the good of the whole, guys?
Or maybe we're just totally Josh and all you viewers, and
we are actually Boston Breach.
We are Boston Breach, and we're starting an architecture
Breach.
Company. So
we made a new esports company, and that is now the title of this podcast. And now you got clickbaited just to watch the whole thing.
AI.
To this point.
So us 3 were robots.
All these podcasts were pre-recorded. You're just seeing the 5th one made.
Exactly.
We record all these in 2019. So
we are the timekeepers from the Loki show.
That's right.
That is us. But anyway, guys, thanks so much for tuning in to episode 31 of the Catch a Glimpse podcast. If you did enjoy, please like, comment, and subscribe. Check out all of our content on our link tree. You can find it on our Instagram page. This podcast goes live on Sundays at 7 a.m. on iTunes and Spotify, and 4:30 on YouTube, also on Sunday. Then we have our regular Wednesday weekly uploads at 4:30 of our main channel content.
Oh, yeah.
We'll see you guys in the next one. Skeeter, Funny Priest, Snapperdoodle. See you next week. Goodbye.
Goodbye.